Hey everybody, it's Metal Jesus here, and I'm on Dom's channel because I want to talk about this great new console that's coming out, which sounds, it's got FPGA, which is the thing that was supposed to be in the Polymega, but they just stuffed that and went back just to old emulation. Anyways, no, God no, there's no way I'd have that bonehead on my channel at all. Jesus. No. Anyway, there's no such thing as Jesus, except I love him really. Anyways, the Analogue 3D, reimagining the N64, the old Nintendo 64. This is, hang on a second. Pardon me, my bloody nose. It's getting into winter. You have to get my cardigan on. It's gonna get cold and nippy outside. So yeah, one thing I never had when I was a kid. Well, I think I wasn't a kid by the time these things came out. Anyway, I think I was 25 by the time the N64 came out. So really, I should have just bought one because I had disposable income and all that. Never did. I think were the cartridges any decent price? I think, or am I just thinking of the Neo Geo, which was just a grade A rip-off for everybody. But this is sort of this certainly appears to be coming out. So yeah, we can't sort of call it the new Amico, but yeah, it's going to be 4K resolution. Even though the old Nintendo 64 games are sort of standard definition, or maybe you can run them in a, I don't know. Is there any decent emulators for the N64? I think there's some that maybe possibly work with a bit of a push, but so perhaps the greatest multiplayer system of all time. Except I just play with myself, quite frankly. Analogue 3D is the world's first 100% compatible with every original Nintendo 64 game ever made. So, there's a change, in your eye, Sony, you're just refusing to put PS3 games on your PS4 and PS5, even though I bet you bloody well could. Region free, Bluetooth, blah blah blah. Probably go and make a cup of tea while you're at it if you ask it nicely. 4 original style controller ports. Doesn't seem to have the original kind of controller though, but we'll have a look at the controllers in a bit. Entirely new next generation analog hardware featuring 3D OS. Yeah, FPGA. Hang on. Let me just see what. I know roughly what it means, but I just can't think of the actual definition. Oh yeah, let's bang. Completely trips off the tongue. Field programmable gate arrays. So yeah, just basically means that it's the game plays as it's meant to, as if it was on original hardware, not emulated. That's why they're making the differentiation there. And then it gives a whole load of blah de blah, which we'll just have a look at the end of CRTV. We'll come back to it anyway. We'll go to the website because it'll be a damn sight easier. And then when we get to the end of all this, we'll see what the price is. Reasonable. Introducing Analogue 3D. The future's here. So we've had all this read out already. There's the meat and potatoes of it. There's your console. But yeah, where's the controller? It's like a, as it says, it's an 8-bit Do controller. Is it Do or is it Do? Do. Of course, the fantastic GoldenEye, which I only played last couple of years, I think. Whenever it came out, there was a version that came out on. I think it came out. Did I play it before it was on Game Pass? I played some sort of homebrew version or something that they managed to get working. And did I play through that on that one, or did I play it? I must have played it through on Xbox Game Pass. I don't know. I can barely remember what I'm doing from one day to the next at the moment. But Cruising USA for those men who like to go cruising. And then so on the next screen, that's a lot less going on in that one. Then the white version. These are sort of like these are made up images, not an actual white controller, but what it would look like. HDMI. So it actually has HDMI, unlike the Amico. Tommy Tallarico came back recently, I heard. Oh, there's a bright white by my book, by my Patreon. He made a video talking about Tommy Tallarico. And when he was talking about Tommy Tallarico, all he talked about was just going through Tommy's post and not mentioning a thing about the Amico. And I thought it was really entertaining. I never played Perfect Dark. I hear that's good though. Then what could do with? Never mind splashing out the money on this plus all the games. What we can actually do with, just go back to the main image, is some sort of ever cartridge. What are they called? One cartridge to rule them all. Yeah, something like that. Get one of these, stick that in, job done, sorted. Be nice to try a Nintendo 64, but I'm never gonna, try and I'm not gonna buy original hardware and then get it up by a component or whatever. It's just that's gonna be a major faff. Although about 10 years ago, I was at a retro event where we had to play several Atari. I think we played. I think it was Pong. We played, and I got through to the final. And then they decided they decided the last minute that for the final game between me and this other guy, they put it on small paddles and just fastball. So it was just basically potluck as to which one of us won. May as well have tossed a coin at that point, and I lost. So hey ho. But I did see some of the things later on that they had up for you could choose a prize from, and one of them was a Nintendo 64. Although the odds of me actually getting round to hooking it up to a TV anyway, unlikely, and it probably would have just sat in a cupboard anyway. So I'll just go with the emulation, or maybe even this if we can get some sort of Ever cartridge or Evercade, not Evercade, but the sort of the equivalent thing. Maybe if you know what if you know, if it's supposed to be 100% compatible, maybe it will. But yeah, if someone can tell me what that kind of cartridge is in the comments, that'd be great. Represents a milestone in video game preservation. Not only world's first reimagining of an N64, but the world's first 100% compatible recreation of the N64. Starting to sound like Alexander Armstrong when he's on Classic FM and talking about, here we got something that halts the planets, and I'm talking up and down all the time because I'm weird. Analogue spent nearly 4 years engineering it in FPGA. No more incompatibilities found in software emulation like input lag, like on the Amico, graphic or audio inaccuracies, timing frame rate issues, me talking bollocks, and more. For the first time, you can re-experience the N64 exactly as it was meant to be without compromises. Why don't they just call it the Nintendo 64 then? That's what everyone else would. So there's the whole lot of cartridges. There's a CRT with this pretty much a stretched image. The unmistakable signature and soul of the CRTV. CRT, I keep calling it that. On your HD TV in 4K. Unlike its 2D predecessors, the N64 wasn't just about pixels. The original hardware's distinct approach to rendering polygons and textures depends on the CRT far more critically than simpler 2D systems. Even game developers had to leverage the interplay between hardware and a CRT to achieve harmony. That's it. Was it Harmony cards? Was that the Atari VCS thing? Again, someone please tell me in the comments. While a very few modern upscalers have transformed the 2D era of video games with pixel-perfect clarity, the N64 demands something far more radical. Something that works. The unmistakable essence of a CRT. CRT's old news. Let's just have a normal TV, thank you. Analogue 3D brings true CRT reference qualities to your HD TV in 4K. Experience like with Alexander Armstrong, the N64 with unmatched authenticity and zero lag. It's the N64 reborn. Analogue 3D's original display modes are meticulously reproduced, virtually indistinguishable recreations of CRT displays, capturing the warmth, depth and texture in every frame. The soft glow, phosphor and vibrant colours unite with immersive scanlines and shadow masks. This isn't just upscaling, it's an unprecedented transformation. Oh, the gold standard. So we're going to get a gold one of these? The N64 proudly, as it says, greatest multiplayer gaming system of all time. I said I just play with myself. I'll get that old joke in there again. Around 70% of the library supports multiplayer. It isn't just an option, it's the heart of the experience. Where multiplayer is a bridge that connects, I was going to say, does that mean getting a second person to help you do it? I don't know. Multiplayer was a bridge that connected us in such a simple way. In-person multiplayer, there should be a dash there between in and person, creates experiences that aren't just better together, it creates experiences that are only possible together. Analogue 3D is a revival of the very essence of multiplayer, brought back to life with the soul of the N64 at its core. There's a controller. 8-bit DO controller. We've worked closely with 8-bit DO to design a wireless Bluetooth recreation of the original controller with a modern form factor. Crafted with uncompromising attention to detail. The C buttons. What's a C button? What's a C button on there? Was that the ones at the top? The A, B buttons. The C buttons are D-pad. Oh, the C buttons just the up, down, left, right ones. I'm quite sure what they're called. Never heard them called that before, if that's them. And A, B buttons retain the original size, sub-layouts and feel. Featuring a superior quality Hall effect joystick with the original N64 style gate. Say goodbye to infamous loose joysticks and say goodbye to money in your bank account if you buy one of these, no doubt, along with all the games. Say goodbye to the infamous loose joysticks that plague original controllers. You can now even update your 8-bit 64 controller directly with Analogue simply by plugging it in. A tribute to play N64 like never before. Oh, it is, of course, you pay separately. You're not going to get a controller free with this thing. Nothing's free, not in this game. More cartridges. And 3DOS. It's an evolution of Analogue OS, the definitive scholarly operating system for playing and experiencing an entire era of video games. Redesigned in 4K exclusively for Analogue 3D, loaded with features uniquely crafted for N64, developed for everyone who understands that the details that define... Start again. Developed for everyone who understands that the details define the experience. 3DOS sets the standard for exploring the depths of N64. And then a whole load of... I guess that's meant to be 3DOS, but it looks a bit sparse, quite frankly. What else we got on here? Preserving video game history with FPGA hardware. Alexander Armstrong's back in the room. Analogue 3D was developed to achieve unparalleled compatibility. Engineered directly into a 220K LE Ultra Cyclone 10GX. No idea what that means. The most powerful FPGA analog has ever been used in a product. Was ever used in a product. We spent 4 years developing the perfect way to experience N64 in FPGA for absolute accuracy. N64 is infamous with its difficulties with software emulation. 100% compatibility has never been achieved until now. So, it's designed to preserve video game history with the respect it deserves. So, yeah, some pictures of the unit there. Compatibility, original game cartridges. So does that mean sort of repros or homebrew ones don't work? Someone needs to try it out. So 100% compatibility, region-free, compatible with original accessories. But yeah, they need to bring it. Oh, it didn't Nina? Didn't Nina? Who's Nina? Didn't Nintendo bring out an old style controller? Stick them in game or similar places. Original style N64 cartridge slots, expansion pack support built in, and 4K outputs, and so on and so on. And the controllers are $40 sold separately, so maybe that'll be about 35 quid perhaps in UK money. 230, so about 23 centimeters wide. That's not bad actually. 2 USB ports for charging or wired support. SD card slot, dual band Wi-Fi with OTA wireless, whatever that is. 3DOS updating, blah, and all kinds of stuff I've covered already. Audio 48 kHz 16-bit PCM audio. So, it's available now. Well, it's a pre-order. $250 minus a cent. Analogue 3D does not support open FPGA. Ah, interesting. So here's some sort of caveats. So that's see what else it says. Analogue 3D does not play copyrighted ROM files. It plays legacy game cartridges via the cartridge slot. It's not designed using software emulation. It's designed using FPGA. Blah blah blah. Does not infringe on copyright or trademarks. All games are showcased to illustrate compatibility with Analogue 3D. Does not operate utilizing BIOS files from any other entities. It is not supported on any past analog products due to hardware restrictions. Past analog products will continue to receive updates and full support respectively. Indie Pops. Resolution is 10 times the majority of games at 320. Some games displaying 640. 640 what? Unless that's 320p, 640p, something like that, I guess. What else? Yeah, that's basically it now. So, sort of, partial HD is 720p, and then full HD is 1080p. So we get to the store itself. So black or white, like Michael Jackson, $250 minus a cent for those. Same with the controllers, but $40. And then the old Analog Pocket, white and black. Other crap that they're selling. So yeah, Analog Duo. Oh no, that's the Duo thing. It's not the nothing to do with this N64. So just Analog 3D. That's what it's called. Just call it Analog N64 3D. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't really matter. But so it looks interesting. But yeah. Are you going to buy one? I'd like one. Yeah, if you use like a Never cartridge thing, or whatever, in one of them, then that yeah, Harmony. No, it's not Harmony Cart. Was Atari VCS. If you use yeah, some sort of all-in-one cartridge, that'd be great. Otherwise, I'll give it a miss. It sounds like you might not be able to if they're trying to sort of clamp down on any sort of copyright issues. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. In the meantime, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. In the meantime, please like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't already, click on the bell for all notifications, and cue Genesis. Maybe.